it is recently that fellow Chandrasekhar Rao, is Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. He was a devoted person. He is a Sri Vaishnava. So he renovated the temple very nicely, Yadagiri Gutta. So there are many temples in Andhra Pradesh, Lord Nishingadev. Then Melkote. Yeah. Anybody's gone? Melkote? क्या हो गया? हाँ? जा रहे? फोन आया था? हाँ? घर पे नहीं? कोई नहीं? अच्छा. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us, then how to worship Lord Nishingadev, because he himself went. So in Melkote also there is a very beautiful Lord Nishingadev temple. There also you have to climb steps. So Swapada Mule Patitam Tamarbakam. So when Lord Nishingadev appeared, he was very, very angry. Right? So when he was roaring, all the wives of all the demons, they had miscarriages. All the pregnant. So everybody was afraid. All the demigods also are very afraid. So, starting with Brahma, then Lord Shiva, Indra, Kumaras, Siddhas, Charanas, all of them, they offered prayer to Nishingadev. But the Lord was not pacified. You know why? Yeah. Indra says in his prayer that, my dear Lord, before Hiranyakashipu started persecuting us, we were always thinking about you in our hearts. But this guy, he was so torturous. He replaced you in our hearts. So we are thinking about Hiranyakashipu, not you. Not you. Then he is stealing all our oblations, Yajnaphala, meant for us. Now, you came and then killed him. We will get back our Yajnaphala. He is not... worried about his Yajnaphala. He is worried about... rewards. He is worried about his reward for the... Yeah. In the same tone, all of them, they were saying, these Gandharvas and all, they were offering prayer that, my dear Lord, previously we used to offer singing about your glories. Now we are forced to sing Hiranyakashipu's glories. Right? Then Lakshmi Devi also went forward. Then she also could not pacify. Of course, Prabhupada writes in the purport, in order to enhance the glories of Prahlad Maharaj, Lakshmi Devi knew his form, but Lord Nishingadev was not pacified by Lakshmi Devi also. Then when nobody was, when everybody was unable to pacify the Lord, and the Lord Nrsimhadev was very, very angry, right? Swapada Mule, then Narad Muni requested Prahlad Maharaj, because Hiranyakashipu tortured you, Lord Nrsimhadev is very, very angry, right? Lord Nrsimhadev is very, very angry. So you go and pacify, right? So then Narad Muni threw Prahlad Maharaj at the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimhadev, right? Swapada Mule Patitam Tam Arbakam. Arbakam means small boy. Vilokya Deva Krupaya Pariplutaha. When we see the Lord, we feel great ecstasy, right? Great ecstasy. Hairs stand on end, the tears come from the eyes, then the falter in the words. All this symptoms happen in devotees when they take darshan of the Lord. But here reverse is happening, opposite is happening, right? Vilokya Deva Krupaya Pariplutaha, right? Lord Nrsimhadev, upon experiencing the touch of Prahlad Maharaj at his lotus feet, and looking at Prahlad Maharaj, Pariplutaha, he felt ecstasy, right? He felt ecstasy. Then Uttapya Tachirshni Adadat Karambujam. Then he lifted him. Then he kept his lotus hands on the head of Prahlad Maharaj. Then he took him on his lap. Kalahi Vitrushta Dhyam Kruta Abhayam. Right? Everybody in this world is afraid, fearful. Right? Srila Prabhupada says in the first canto Bhagvatam, in one of the purport, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitunam. These four things. Out of these four, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitunam, fear gives most trouble to all of us. Right? What are we fearful of? Future, right? Shriya, are you afraid? Exam, 10th में कौन सा पेपर, कौन सा क्वेश्चन आएगा? 10th हो गया ना आपका? 12th में है ना? राइट? क्या हो गया? So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport. So so any as so later on, Lord Prahlad Maharaj acknowledges that Paham Raja Prabhavesha Tamodikosmin Jata Suretar Kala Tavanu Kampaya Na Brahmano Na Bhavaya Na Vai Ramaya Enarpita Shirasi Padmakara Prasadaha. My dear Lord, these demigods, they have taken birth, in a very high family. Jata Suretra Kala, Tavanu Kampaya. Right? Vaham Raja Prabhavesha Tamo Adikosmin. I have taken birth in a demoniac family, dominated by Rajogun and Tamogun. And these demigods, Jata Suretar Kala, they have taken birth in a very high family, Sattvagun. Right? But the mercy I have got of, obtaining the touch of your lotus hand, Karambujam, on my head. Even Brahma, now Brahmano, even Brahmaji also did not get. Now Bhavaya, Lord Shiva also did not get. Now Ramaya, even Lakshmi Devi also did not get. But Enarpita Shrisi, Padmakara Prasada, but you kept your hand on my head. So this is so Prabhupada writes in the purport that everybody in this material world is very very fearful. इसको इधर रखो, blocking there, इधर रखो. इधर रखो, नहीं तो हो सकते हैं. हाँ,
तो विजन में नहीं आएगा, इधर से बहुत कम देगा.
या हाँ,
That angle is very nice. Very
it's okay, it'll come. इधर रखो.
people who are there.
So Prabhupada writes in the purport that everybody is fearful in this world. In order to become free from fearfulness, Lord Nishingadev appeared to drive away the fear of his devotees. That is why all the devotees, all the time, they should remember Lord Nishingadev and chant, Namaste Narsimhaya, Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha, Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. All of you, everybody sings wrong. Sing a prayer. Nobody in ISKCON knows how to sing properly. Chalega? Prabhupada, if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila only. So when Lord Chaitanya goes to take darshan of, there this prayer is there, Namaste Narasimhaya. You can go and check. Namaste Narasimhaya, Pralada Lada Dayini, Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha, Shilatan Kana Kalaye, Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimho, Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho, Bahid Narsimho, Hridaye Narsimho. Name, the meaning changes when you say Narsimha. Right? So go and check that prayer, and then
Only person sings properly is Vishnu. Sings properly.
who?
Vishnu Prabhu. I asked him once. He said in the book it is written as Simho.
No, I also sing Narsimha only.
What is the difference for me?
Meaning changes, sir.
Who and how?
Mila?
मैं ढूंढ रही हूँ कुछ नेटिंग में चलो वो चीज़ हुआ
Satat Kara Sparsha, Dhuta Akhila Ashubhaha. As soon as Lord Nishingadev touched Prahlad Maharaj's body, so whatever contaminations, unlimited contaminations that are present since time immemorial that we acquired, so as soon as Lord Nishingadev touched the body of Prahlad Maharaj, he became purified. Then he captured Lord Nishingadev's lotus feet in his heart. In a faltering voice, he offered prayers. right? So that is why Srila Prabhupada writes in second canto, second chapter, or first, second chapter, that all the grihasthas should, without fail, worship the deities. Not just not for fashion. You bring some deities and then you appoint some brahmana. Then you don't have any interest. Then sometime once in a while keep some program. Then everybody prays, very beautiful, very beautiful, but nothing beautiful. Don't hire brahmanas. Prabhupada condemned that practice of hiring brahmanas and doing, they come and do worship and then you don't do anything, right? So Prabhupada says that every day, Prabhupada, one should worship the deities, touch the lotus feet of the Lord. Then by doing this, slowly, gradually, we become purified. Prahlad Maharaj immediately became purified because, of course, he had so much faith. The more we increase our faith in the deity, the more we become purified. So we have experience. So I am touching the Lord, like that. There is a very iconic verse from 10th canto of Bhagvatam, 13th chapter. Sakrit yad anga pratimantir ahitaha manomayam bhagavatim dadogatim sayeva nityatma sukhanubhutibihi yudasya maya antargataha kim punaha. This is a verse from Brahmaji's Brahma Vimala Leela. सुनो क्या चेक कर रहे हो तुम लोग? हैं? The greatest disaster for devotees is mobile phone. 11th offense. What is 11th offense? Padma Puran wale, जो Padma Puran लिखा है, he would not have imagined. They only wrote 10 offenses. 11th offense, Nokia jab. Nokia jab? You do Nokia jab? Huh? How many of you doing Nokia jab? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Huh?
अभी नोकिया बंद हो गया तो सब मना कर रहे हैं.
Nokia jab means jab Nokia.
आईफोन जब
नहीं बात है जब नोकिया.
जब Nokia. Special rule, learn from him. He chants very nicely. हाँ? हमारा मसाज वाला भी बोल रहे, राजेश इतना अच्छा भक्त बन गया, कथा सुनता है मसाज लेते टाइम. हमारा दोनों का मसाज वाला एक ही है. अच्छा है. फिर I did राम कथा, no? He came and प्रभुजी बहुत अच्छा किया, बोला आपने राम कथा. बोलते आप कब सुना? बोलते राजेश जी सुनता है मैं भी सुन लिया. Right? Who else chants without catching mobile? Huh? You?
माता जी को तो अलाउड ही नहीं है 7 to 8 कॉल करना. She doesn't. बाद में कुछ कितना ही अर्जेंट पहाड़ भी गिर जाएगा ना तो भी she doesn't.
Anyway, such a disaster, mobile phones. What was he saying?
10th canto.
Ah.
I was multitasking.
Sakrit.
I don't know the slow, but I don't know.
You have to do literal. Maybe you can say the reference also. Say the reference also. There will be a
Sukadeva Goswami is saying, this is the pastime that welcome to birthday lady.
It's not a disaster if you're listening to okay, I'll
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Mataji. Hare Krishna to you.
अरे लास्ट में रखो ना, केक कटिंग के टाइम पे.
Welcome song.
हाँ?
Welcome song.
Yes, I also second his chant, and I've said this so many times in my class. If you want to hear a good chanter, it's Raseshwar Prabhu. I don't have a massage wala like yours. I can vouch for his chant.
I think you are hearing in YouTube also. But you are listening in the YouTube.
अभी 0 views.
अभी zero. हम मेरे send me पूछा नहीं. अभी तक one watching person send when I said, it's not a disaster if you're listening to you.
There is one devotee, Sundar Murari Das. He is from Chennai. When last time when I went to Tirupati, he came and met me. I said, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I said, Hare Krishna. He was asking, how are you? I said, I don't recognize you. They said, no, you don't know me, I know you. I hear all your lectures. Then he implements whatever I tell them. I tell him, like I was always telling, in my class that one should recite Gajendra Moksha prayers. See, he was telling. So other day, I got a very, very, very bad dream. I was horrified. Then immediately I started chanting Gajendra Moksha prayers. Because Lord Krishna himself says, if you get a bad dream, chant Gajendra Moksha prayers. So like this, we have to implement the instructions of the Lord. When we are in trouble, that's why I am always telling, remember that. In spiritual life, remembrance is very important. Memory is very important. Memorizing things, like that. Anyway, so Sukadeva Goswami is saying, this is a very, very important verse. He says that anybody, Sakrit means even once. Sakrit, Anga, Sansmritir, Ahisaha. That even if once, very properly, you bring the deity form, the form of the Lord in your mind, in your heart, he will go back to God. Manomayam Bhagavatim Dadogatim. Right? I remember years back when I was hearing Bhagavad Katha by Radha Govind Maharaj, he explained this verse. He is saying that how fortunate are the pujaris, every day they touch the deity, So Sukadeva Goswami says this verse that simply by remembering bringing the form of the Lord in the heart, one will go back to Godhead. Manomayam Bhagavatim Dadogatim. And then what to speak of? Krishna entered the body of Kaun? Krishna entered the body of Krishna entered the body of Agasur. एक तो है कम से कम. Right? Can you imagine? So Sukadeva Goswami was shocked that simply by bringing the deity form of the Lord in one's heart, one will go back to Godhead. What to speak of a person, a body in whom Lord Krishna entered? Lord Krishna entered. So then what to speak of the devotees who are actually Vyudasamaya Antargataha Kim Punaha, for whom the Lord takes incarnations and then he moves around and those devotees play with him and deal with him. So what to speak of those devotees? What kind of Sayeva Nityatma Sukhanubhuti, what kind of happiness they experience, simply by bringing the form of the Lord. Right? So um, Grastas, they should actually every day worship the deities, touch the deities. You know, Lord Krishna himself says in Bhagavatam 11th canto that keep your head. A devote, my pujari, while keeping the head at my lotus feet, and he should pray that, my dear Lord, I am suffering from threefold miseries since time immemorial. Then I am always in the mouth of death. Okay? Please save me from this, condition. Like that, Krishna himself says that keep your head at the lotus feet of the Lord and then pray. Uddhav Gita. So it is. So what to speak of? Lord Nrsingadev. Anybody remembers? Many times I told why Lord Nrsingadev took the form of Nara and Narsimha, Simha.
Because Hiranyakashipu took the vow, Tatmina Maru, Digmina Maru.
Yeah, but why Narsimha?
Because he can love from hand and from.
There is one. So the human mother, she can take the baby out of love on her lap, but usually she doesn't lick. Right? And then lioness mother, she cannot take the baby on her lap, but she can lick. Lord Krishna became so attracted to Prahlad Maharaj, so wonderful qualities, his wonderful qualities, that he wanted to do both. He wanted to take Prahlad on his lap and the same time lick also. That is why he took Prahlad on his lap and he started licking. So it is it is beautiful. So always remember, Prabhupada says that it is very, very difficult to get bhakti. Devotion is durlabh. But once you reach this stage, it's very easy to perform. Difficult to get bhakti, but easy to perform. So don't be disturbed by some devotees. They keep very difficult, very difficult, very difficult. Very easy. Just follow Prahlad Maharaj's footsteps. Right? What did Prahlad do? That is why so after that Lord Nish, tomorrow also I will tell some stories. Lord Nish, Prahlad Maharaj, so Lord, he offered very wonderful prayers. Right? If you cannot at least remember the translations, it's not very difficult to remember, but some of the prayers I know, but some prayers which are very difficult I left, but some prayers I know. So I recite those prayers in front of the Lord. Ya etat kirtayat mahyam tvaya gitam cha idam hi naraha tvam cha mam cha smaran kale muchyante sarva karma bhi. Lord Nrsingadev is saying that anybody who offers, who recite the prayers offered by you, right? Anybody who remembers you and anybody who remembers me, they will become free from all material activities, all karmas. Right? And it's not very difficult, right? It's not very difficult to remember Prahlad. It's very easy to remember Prahlad Maharaj's pastimes. Prahlad, comes and all the demons are torturing, and then he's saying Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right? Then you can remember all the very simple verses, Nasta Kridanako Balo, Jadavattan Manaskaya. You know these verses? Krishna Graha Grihitatma, Navedam Jagadishwaram, Asina Paretan Asnan, Sayana Prabiban Bruman, Nanu Sedanti Etani, Govinda Paribramitaha. You know, because he was always embraced by Lord Govinda, he did not know how eating, sleeping, defending, walking, all how they are going on. Just like a small baby doesn't know how all these things happen on the mother's lap. Mother is taking care, right? So like that, Nan Sedantetani, he did not know how these things are happening because he is always embraced by Govinda, right? So that is why when they were poking Prahlad Maharaj's body with trishuls and other arms, piercing. It did. Not even one blood drop came out from Prahlad Maharaj's body because they are actually hitting Govinda's body, right? Govinda's body. Kvachit rudati Vaikuntha, chinta sabala chetana, kvachit hasati tat chinta, hlada udgayati kvachit. Sometimes thinking about Vaikuntanath, right? He is laughing. Sometimes when Lord Vaikuntanath is far away, he is crying, where is the Lord? Where is the Lord? Right? Sometimes he is in ecstasy, feeling the touch of the body of hand of Lord Krishna, right? Nadati utkanto kvachit, vilajya nrityatit kvachit. Oh, because of seeing Krishna, Prabhupada writes in the book. Because seeing Krishna in front of him, then he started dancing without shame. Vilajya, right? Sometimes we see devotees standing like a pillar, in the kirtan. They feel very shy to dance in the kirtan, right? But you should dance. हमारा एग्जाम्पल माला बना के नहीं बैठती. डोंट जॉइन तुलसी तोड़ने का. Dance. What is the, you tell, what is the advantage of dancing in front of the Lord?
You surrender completely by dancing in front of Maya.
No, you're surrendering. No, you're
When we dance in front of Lord, so Maya will not make us dance.
You tell.
surrendering, Prabhuji. We surrender to the Lord. It's ecstasy completely, and that Maya goes.
You tell, Kushbu.
I think so. मैं तो जैसे pleasing Lord or
So Prabhupada writes in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu that anybody who raises his hands and then who claps his hands and chants very loudly and then dances in front of the Lord, just like when you clap the birds fly away, in the same way the birds of sinful reactions fly away from our body when we chant and dance. Right? So remember this, and whenever you kirtan is going on, start chanting. Don't leave the kirtan. Don't do anything else during kirtan, because kirtan is the highest seva in Kali Yuga. Right? That is the highest thing. We see, all saffron. That's why I tell new bhaktas, we remain in hello. Saffron मिलते ही, जैसा कि in running competition, they fire pistol, and then they are ready, like this, right? And they fire pistol, they start like that, all the devotees, they are Jaya Prabhupada, and then they sing, what is the last sentence? Tribhuvan, Evajash Kushuk Tribhuvana. Then immediately the conch is blown. And they run towards the exit. Duty khatam ho gaya. Right? And then somebody is watching, somebody is checking emails, or somebody is sitting in the lobby and gossiping. Right? Highest thing is going on in the in the temple. Sankirtan yajna, chhod ke chale jao. Right? Don't do that. Right? Our Mataji should chant nicely. And then Prabhupada in another time he says that you should jump. Why should you jump?
The Lord can see you.
Huh?
The Lord can see you.
Because you should tell Lord, my dear Lord, I am the most fallen. Please look at me, look at me. Yeah? The one who jumps the highest, he will get the most mercy.
Are Rupa lights are?
And in another instance, Prabhupada says, those who cannot dance, they should be so joyful. They should dance in the heart. Sometimes I have knee problems. I cannot jump and all. So I.
Same means we used to garden and all that we grow.
Huh? Anyway, so Prabhupada writes, na kevalam me bhavatashraj. So yeah, Prahlad Maharaj was dancing. He dances in ecstasy, seeing the Lord, because people are thinking that he's shameless. Why is he dancing? But he is seeing the Lord. Nadati utkanto kvachit vilajjo nrityatit kvachit. Kvachit tat bhavana yuktas tanmayo anuchakaraha. Because sometimes in ecstasy he becomes one with the Lord. Then he starts imitating the Lord's activity, anuchakaraha. So who was doing it? Huh? Gopis are doing it, right? Tanmaya, right? Because they became one with Krishna. Then Prabhupada writes, 1 week under like Mayavadis, they lose their existence. Remember, one with anuchakara. Kvachit utpulakash tushnim. Aste asparsha nirvritaha. Sometimes he felt the touch of the Lord. Then because of he became utpulaka. He became ecstatic. His hairs are standing on the end. Right? Then aspandana pranayanandam. Samalita ikshana. He says sometimes because of so much ecstasy and all, he is smiling. Because so much happy. So Prahlad, right? So Prabhupada says, follow the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. Okay? So what did he say? Very simple. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. So the Prahlad Maharaj is praying. So Lord Nishingadev, he offered all, he said, after the prayers are over, he said, Prahlad, Badram te. You see this word, if you read Bhagavatam carefully, whenever the Lord comes and blesses the devotee, he says, Badram te. Let all auspicious. When the Lord says, all auspicious, our kya hai, right? We should actually obedient, we should follow the instructions of the Lord. So that is why Prahlad Maharaj says, while teaching to the demoniac boys, he said, the section of Vedas, where the Lord personally taught, is the most important. That portion you should follow. Lord's instructions, personally given, right? Just like Narad Muni also says, that Jnanam Guhyatamam Yattat Sakshat Bhagavatoditam Anvavochan Gamishantaha Krupana Dinavatsal. When the Bhaktivedantis, while they are going away, they taught the knowledge personally taught by Lord Himself, which is very, very confidential. Right? That is why 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita is known as most. Why? राज विद्या राजगुह्यम पवित्रम इदम उत्तम. बोलो राशेश्वर प्रभु, क्या चेक कर रहे हो? I thought checking the scores. बोलो राज, why it is called राज विद्या राजगुह्यम, 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita?
Because it's explaining the six philosophies, all aspects of six philosophies, and then it explains about the pure devotional service. Smaranam Kirtanam. Without any qualification.
Yeah. 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita, what Prahlad Maharaj taught, to Hiranyakashipu. Right? So Prabhupada writes, Vishwanath Chakravarti writes that this 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita is so important that in the end, when Krishna told Arjuna that itite jnanamakhyatam, guhyat guhyataram maya, vimrushena aseshena yata ichasi tata. Right? Anybody remembers? Arjuna was lamenting 3 times in Bhagavad Gita. 3 places, 3 times he lamented. Who can tell? You can tell? Aschananyasvachastra, Prajnavadam, right? Kutasva Kashmalam Tam Tata Krupaya Vishtam Ashupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana. Right? There Arjuna was lamenting. Then next time, when did Arjuna lament? When Krishna enumerated the divine qualities. Then thinking about all these qualities, that I don't have these qualities, then he started lamenting. Then Krishna issued him that Masuchaha Sampatim Daivim Abhijatasya Pandava. Don't lament, my dear Arjuna, you belong to Daiva category. Right? And then next, the 3rd time he lamented. Again he started crying. इतना सब कुछ बोला आपने, then you are not telling what to do and then you are leaving it, जो करना है करो. आप किसको बोलते हो जो करना है करो?
When you are not bothered and concerned about it.
Right? Suppose you are advising somebody and then he is not listening. And then, ठीक है, तुम जो करना है करो. ऐसा बोलता है ना? You don't want to give any more instruction. So Arjuna was devastated, Why are you saying this, Yata ichchasi tata kuru. Hey, kya hai? Then he started crying. Then again, okay. So Krishna took great compassion on Arjuna, seeing the condition of Arjuna. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti says that he again taught 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Is that? Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishya satyante pratijani priyosime. Right? Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam shraja ham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami. Right? Anybody remembers why 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita Krishna himself? Ninth chapter Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's form. That is why Jnaneshwar, yeah. He says that one should recite 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita every day. Right? If you cannot chant 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita every day, chant at least this one verse. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktana yogakshemam mahamyam. Why it is Krishna's form? Because that Arjuna Mishra's pastime. Right? He was cutting mam, and then Krishna got blood. I hope everybody knows this pastime, right? क्या हुआ? Right? So this is the Prahlad Maharaj's teachings, 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Shravanam. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, because Krishna taught pure devotion service characterized by 9 paths of devotion service. That is why this is the most confidential. That's why I told in the beginning that it is very, very difficult to get bhakti, but it is very easy to perform. Otherwise, everybody is stuck, in the Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Raja Yoga, and then they think that we are so great. Right? Like I have elaborately described in Goregam Ram Katha, or even I gave Bhagavatam class also on the same topic. How Vishwamitra Muni, after 60,000 years of tapasya, he remained unhappy. Right? Only when he got darshan of Lord Ramchandra and then when he surrendered, then he got relief. Right? You know the pastime? Why? How he experienced the ecstasy of devotion service? When did he experience? Vishwamitra Muni? Huh? No. First time. Because he was doing tapasya. That is why Prabhupada said this tapasya and shushka jhana is not recommended for a devotee, because they will make the heart of a devotee hard. So in order to become a devotee, your heart has to be soft. Right? And that is why these Kattar brahmacharis and sannyasis, they cannot become devotees. Thoda heart mein thoda romantic feeling hona chahiye. Right? Like our Bilvamangal Thakur. Telugu there is a saying. Kami kanivadu moksha ka. Like that. So, when did he first experience that ecstasy of, first time, he came in contact with devotion service. Oh, like that. So when Trishanku Swarga he made, then it was falling off. And then his tapashakti was finished. And then he did not know how to manage that. Then it falls on the earthly planet, everything will be destroyed. And what is happening? Right? Then everything will be, not only if it's something like that happens, for many, many millions of lifetimes he will have to go to hell. All this tapasya is gone, that is another thing. He will be punished also. Then somebody suggested, you pray to Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna. First time, he remembered Lord Narayana's lotus feet. Then immediately he found some kind of ecstasy, some peace in his heart. Right? After all, becoming a Brahmarshi also, he was remembering, when I remembered the lotus feet of Narayana, I experienced peace. Right? Where did Krishna say about peace? In Bhagavad Gita? That is okay. But in 2nd chapter Bhagavad Gita, without peace there is no happiness. Right? Where did he say? Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhaveta shanti ashantasya kuta sukham. Right? In order to become peaceful, so this is very important, Prabhupada also writes that in order to perform devotion service, you have to be joyful, happy. Right? If you are sitting and lamenting, right, you cannot perform devotion service. So in order to become joyful, you have to become fearless. Right? Then in order to become fearless, you have to become peaceful. Right? That is why in second chapter itself, Krishna taught about peacefulness. Which other verse, bolo? No, that is fifth chapter. In second chapter itself I am talking. Nasti buddhirayuktasya, nacha ektasya bhavana, nacha bhavyata shantir, ashantasya uta sukham. कौन है? प्रसाद का टाइम? हाँ? और टाइम है. बोलो. आपूर्यमानं चल प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति सर्वे तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे न काम कामाय. Just like when so many rivers they flow into the ocean, but the ocean is not disturbed. But when even though so many material desires they flow into the heart of a person, if he is not disturbed, then he is peaceful. Not the person who is running after fulfilling the material desires. मैं क्या करूँ प्रभु जी, पापी पेट का सवाल है, मेरी सिंफुल बॉडी है, मटेरियल लाइफ है, क्या करें, गृहस्थ हूँ, राइट. ये सब एक्सक्यूजेस देंगे. देयर इज नो पीस. इफ देयर इज नो पीस, देन देयर इज नो हैप्पीनेस, एंड इफ देयर इज नो हैप्पीनेस, नो डिवोशन. Then next verse also Krishna says, right? Vihaya kaman yasarve kumam bhavati nirmala nirasya nirmamo bhutva sa shantim adhigaccha. So there is one devotee, Shivashya Makulacharya. He made a very beautiful this thing that when the people they want to enjoy, water, they go on a boat ride. Right? They go on a boat ride. Even though the boat is on the water, you are not afraid of water, because the boat, there is no hole in the boat. If there is a hole in the boat and the water is entering, then you will drown. In the same way, grasthas especially, when they are, even though they are living in the material world, they should not live in the material world. Somewhere, just like if there is a hole in the boat, water will come. So you live in the material world, but don't let the material world live in you.
जैसे कीचड़ में कमल.
क्या?
जैसे कीचड़ में कमल.
समझ में है? समझ में है राजेश? You live in the material world, but don't let the material world live in you.
How it is possible?
That's why I am here. We are here. So he gives another example, very beautiful example, that when there is a you make a, you dig and start digging and all. Right? You start digging and all. A jet of water flows out. Water is constantly, is like a fountain, coming. Right? How do you stop the flow? Because you have to build a building and all. How do you stop that flow of water? Huh? You put some, birada, means some, yeah, huh? Some seal, right? Some seal, and then so that water doesn't seep. In the same way, this fountain flow out in the heart. You stop this flow of water, just like you put a seal, on the fountain, and then you don't allow the water. You put the seal of Krishna's lotus feet in that heart, and that the flow of material desires, yeah. So that is why Prahlad Maharaj is praying that, my dear Lord, don't allure me, because I am already Shaktam Kameshu Tairvarehi. I am already born in a demonic family. I am already attached to material desires, material enjoyment, right? Material enjoyment. Because of being fearful of the association of demons, I have taken shelter of your lotus feet. Mumukshubhi tvam upashitaha. Right? Manushyatvam and Mumukshatvam and Satpurusha Pada Seva, ये तीनों दुर्लभ है. What is that? Manushyattvam, Mumukshatvam, Satpurusha Pada Sevanam, ये तीनों very difficult to be human being. Right? Very difficult. We may see so many human forms, but there is they are actually two-legged animals. Those who are not serving Krishna, right? Those who are not following dharma, they are like two-legged animals. And then mumukshatvam. Even though there are so many human beings, out of them, very, very rarely somebody gets a desire to get out of the world. Right? And then Satpurusha Pada Seva. Very difficult. Another thing, Shankaracharya says, Mumukshatvam, Ekadasi Vrata Sevanam, and Tirupati, what is the water is called? That's Sarovar? नहीं स्वामी पुष्करिणी स्नानम, स्वामी पुष्करिणी स्नानम, मुमुक्षत्वम and Ekadasi Vrata Palanam. They are impossible, durlabh. Right? Many devotees, they go, right, to Tirupati, but they don't like to take bath in Swami Pushkarini. Because Swami Pushkarini is Sakshat, water coming from Vaikuntha. Like that, the Lord brought, Anyway, Vritya Lakshana Jijnasu Bhaktam Kameshu Achodayat Bhavan Samsar Bijeshu Hridaya Grandhishu Prabhu. So Lord Prahlad Maharaj is saying, is praying that, my dear Lord, everybody, because of material desires, they are bound in this material world, suffering from threefold miseries. In order to teach them bhakti, you sent me from the spiritual world. Vritya Lakshana Jijnasu. So Prabhupada says, there are sadhana siddhas and there are nitya siddhas. Prahlad Maharaj is combination, is adha nitya siddha, adha sadhana. I never understood what it is means. Maybe sometime in future we can. Then, my dear Lord, anybody who, after worshipping you, seeks material desires to be fulfilled, he is not a devotee. Right? Don't go to the temple and मेरा बेटी का शादी करा दो, मेरा बेटा को बच्चा नहीं हो रहा है. हाँ? ये सब प्रे नहीं करने का, right? In general, those who are well off and all should not pray like this. But those who are in a great distress, Prabhupada said, sometimes, because of the distressful condition, they are unable to do devotional service. Then they can pray to the Lord to get relief from poverty or, acute, incurable diseases. अभी भी आ रहे टाइम पे आए आप. हाँ? हाँ?
She has come.
We just started. Because of you will 2 घंटा extension. हाँ भाई. She is Shivani Ahuja. You must be seeing her. Very devoted. She is sponsoring. Last year she sponsored Janmashtami jewelry. She is sponsoring Narsingdev Prasadam. Narsing Chaturdashi. All of you give her blessings so that she can do more and more service. You can come late also. Anyway, we should stop. जल्दी में है. हाँ? Once I was giving a lecture, I asked any questions. One boy raised and said, "What happened?" Actually, I had one question, but it is answered. I said, "What?" No, I wanted to know when you will stop the lecture. I got the answer. Huh?
Ecstasy when he saw.
Yeah, first time, then he meditated on the lotus feet of Krishna. Then he got that peace he got. That he remembered after becoming Brahmarshi. He was remembering, how can I get that peace? Because akama sarvakama, what is that? Bhukti, mukti, siddhi, sakali, ashanta. Krishna bhakta nishkama, ateva shanta. This peace is very important, all of you should get this peace. Very important. Peace is very important. Without achieving peace, you cannot be joyful. And then without being joyful, you cannot be devotional. Without being peaceful, you cannot be fearless. Without being fearless, you cannot be joyful. Without being joyful, you cannot perform devotional service. Right? Huh? That's why रामायण पूरा सुनने के बाद राम को सीता क्या लगती? Give up material desires. So the whole lesson of Prahlad Maharaj is give up material desires. Right? I will briefly, many times explain. So my dear Lord, those who seek material pleasures from you, they are not devotees, they are merchants. Prabhupada writes that some people, they think that patram pushpam phalam toyam, simply by offering patram pushpam phalam toyam, you get great returns. They think, I will offer tulsi patta, then I will get beach road bangla. Such a sasta, sauda, Prabhupada says such people are not pure devotees. Of course, there is nothing wrong if you. Prabhupada writes, in another place, Prabhupada writes that if you want pure devotional service, you should give up material desires. But if you have material desires, go to Krishna only. Right? Krishna says, Udara Sarvayevaiti. They are all very great persons. Those who go and ask Krishna that I want a beautiful wife, I want a nice husband, I want nice children. They are called? Huh? Udara. They are great persons. They are better than all these rascals who say God doesn't exist and all. Anyway, then Prabhupada writes, it's a very bad bargain, go give some patram pushpam and then ask for some, great opulence. Right? That is a very bad, business. Then I will tell, he said, my dear Lord, you are so insisting that I should ask benediction. Then he says, this iconic verse, Yadi dasyasi me kaman, varam svam, varadarshaba, kamanam hrudya samroham, bhavatastu mnevaram. So if at all, my dear Lord, O best of the benedictors, if at all you want to give me benediction, please remove the material desire from the core of my. अभी समझ में आया क्या करना चाहिए? Then he says, what is the benefit of becoming free from material desires? Vimunchanti yada kaman manavo manasi sthitan tarhi eva pundrikaksha bhagavattaya kalpate. He said, my dear Lord, those who give up material desires from their mind, O Pundrikaksha, they will achieve opulence equal to you. And what is some building, some bangla on the Juhu beach, and then what to get a Vaikuntha planet? There is no comparison, right? Stupidity. If you have, we have come thus far, and then still ask, give me, beautiful wife. You should ask, my dear Lord, okay, beautiful wife I will get, उसका maintenance का खर्चा हमको दे दो. रूपवती भार्या शत्रु, right? One of a devotee, he was going after one girl. Then she asked, क्या करते हो? ऐसा कुछ थोड़ा बड़ा काम करता हूँ. देखो मेरा ब्यूटी पार्लर का खर्चा 17,000 है. तैयार है? 17,000 मेरा पगार भी नहीं आता. So if you have, I will look for a beautiful girl myself, but give the. Once one devotee from Chapati was saying, one person came, he said he wanted to donate AC. So the devotee told him, it seems, we will install AC, you pay the bill. So, Vimunchanti yada kaman, बोलिए. मानवो मनसि स्थितान तरहि एव पुंडरीकाक्ष भगवत्ताय कल्पते. नमस्तुभ्यं ओम नमो नमस्तुभ्यं भगवते. पराय परमात्मने हरये अद्भुत सिंहाय ब्रह्मणे परमात्मने पराय ब्रह्मणे परमात्मने but then पराय परमात्मने. Yeah, नमस्तुभ्यं भगवते पराय पुरुषाय परमात्मने पुरुषाय महात्मने हरये अद्भुत सिंहाय ब्रह्मणे परमात्मने. So this is the conclusion of Prahlad Maharaj's prayers. Then Lord Nrsimhadev says that a devotee like you doesn't ask for any material desires, but I am ordering you, enjoy the opulence of your father. But at the same time, always remember me and my instructions. Then understand that I am the super soul and enjoyer of everything. Then Bhogeshu Punyam Kushalena Papam. Kalevaram what Jiva say Kalevaram Kalevaram Kala Javena Hitva. Kalevaram Kala Javena Hitva. So Prabhupada writes then Kirtim Vishuddham Suraloka Geetam. Right? So Lord Rishabdev is saying that whatever punya you get, you have, you enjoy, you reduce it by bas. You reduce it by enjoying it. Whatever punya you have, reduce it by enjoying it. And then Kushalena Papam. Right? You, by performing devotion service, overcome sinful reactions. So Prabhupada writes, Grahasthas, Kushalena means should be very expert, how to handle both pious and impious activities. Right? Kalevaram Kala Javena Hitva. At the time comes, you give up your body. Then your kirti will be sung in the Suraloka Geetam, even in the heavenly planets. Then, when the time comes, you will come back to me. Right? Yat kirtayet mahim tvaya geetam cha idam hinaraha tvam cha mam cha smaran kale muchante sarvakarma. Lord Rishabdev says. Then Brahmaji says that, my dear Lord, anybody who remembers your form, they can conquer death. Right? They can conquer death. So Prabhupada writes, in general, everybody is destined to die. Right? Everybody is destined to die. But those who meditate on the form of Lord Rishabdev, they can conquer death even. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions?
Both Durga and Parvati are same?
Yeah.
Maybe I missed your explanation for why is the chapter 9 confidential.
Most confidential, because Krishna taught pure devotion service characterized by 9 processes of devotion service. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Satatam Kirtayantu Mam Yatantasya Drudavrata Namasyantasya Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate Manmana Bhav Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Veshyasi Yukta Evam Atmanam Madparayanam. Huh?
Three things he mentioned. One is the second person. First one he said is the one leg, two leg, and those three words are like
Manushyatvam, Mumukshatvam. Mumukshatvam means desire for liberation, desiring to get out of this material world.
and third one is
Satpurusha Pada Sevana. आपस में क्यों बात कर रहे तुम लोग? Anyone? Anything else?
तो जी नरसिम्हा और नरसिंह में आपने बताया मीनिंग चेंज हो रहा है, और क्या डिफरेंस है?
ओ कोई संस्कृत वाले को पूछो. Once one devotee explained there is a difference. What is Narsimha and what is Narsimho? याद नहीं है हमको, संस्कृत नहीं आता. once some Bengali devotee called our devotees, call हमारे गौर में भोजन है. तो चला गया, बोलते भजन कर रहा था, फिर बाद में किधर है भोजन, किधर है, तेरे भोजन नहीं, भोजन भजन. वापस आया.
प्रभु यहाँ पे क्या है?
भोजन है, भजन है.
श्यामा प्रसाद में यूज किया वर्ड.
So the gist of the class is, you know, we should become free from material desires. So that is the characteristic of Prahlad Maharaj. Even though Lord Nrsingadev forced him to ask for benediction, he refused. Then Lord Nrsingadev, very pleased with Prahlad. I know that he won't ask. Like that, you know, we should reach a stage where we don't ask anything from the Lord. You know, then Mamaivaham, Tavaivaham, Mamaivaham. Right? In the beginning we say, you know, Krishna is mine. Then in the end, after that, you should say, I am Krishna's. So that is, at least remember, you know, and then whenever we ask material desires, we feel ashamed. I know, इसलिए मैं बोला ना. बोलो और कुछ, और किसी को.
Vishwamitra to pray to Lord Narayan. What was he meditating upon that he had to shift his prayers to Narayan?
Omkar. I told you, no, this devotional service is not available to them. Shravanam Kirtanam is not available. That is why they are doing all this impersonal meditation, Omkaram and all that. Only Narad, somebody who came in touch with Narad Muni only would teach them. Otherwise everybody is, you know, previously all these Vedas, you know, they are not together. There are so many portions. So one portion is with one Muni. Suppose if somebody, Karmakanda, one Muni is having Karmakanda portion, he is in charge. So if somebody was happened to become a disciple of that Muni, he will teach only Karmakanda. Then they will think that is the highest. That's what Prabhupada's mercy. So even Atri Muni also, he didn't have a full knowledge. He performed 10,000 years austerity standing on one leg. Then in the end he doesn't know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then all the three have come. Right? So Chota Bachcha in our ISKCON, they will tell Krishna is the Supreme Personality. So Prabhupada writes in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, anybody who accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will go back to Godhead without any doubt. So this knowledge is very precious. So we should, you know, consider it very, you know, seriously and then become perfect. Right? Why, you know, sometimes, you know, the people desire 7 janam tak, you know, 7 आप हे भगवान एक ही यही बच्चे को हमको अगला जन्म में भी यू नो हस्बैंड या वाइफ के रूप में दो. इतना फूलिशनेस है. राइट? इफ एट ऑल यू वांट ए हस्बैंड, एक्सेप्ट, आस्क नो माय डियर कृष्ण, यू बिकम माय हस्बैंड. राइट? once one husband and wife, they are fighting. You know, they are fighting. Then one beggar came, and then he gave some money. said, 7 जन्म तक सलामत रहे आपका जोड़ी। Then पैसा ले लिया रास्केल, ऐसा आशीर्वाद। then नहीं, फिर ये जन्म ही लास्ट है। पूरा पर्स दे दिया। राइट। हरे कृष्णा। हमारा माता जी का बर्थडे है आज, केक कटिंग वगैरह करेंगे।